Hey. We're live.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to Coaching Corner.
Welcome back. What a
Your
glorious week.
your
You mean
favorite episode for the
we're
week.
here? Well, okay. All right. That's a bold
Your
statement.
favorite show.
I'm okay with
Out
saying
of
that.
all the, it's close. We have some great people. I think we're pretty great too. But
Could
today
be
we're going to be.
biased.
Yeah, I could be a little biased. Uh, Episode 19, 19 weeks.
After weeks of glorious
Awesome stuff. Heck yeah. So today we're going to be talking about how to mobile optimize your funnels so that it shows up very well, looking pretty, looking good, look how you want it to look on your mobile devices. Okay. And how
pretty
many of you know
important.
this is a big deal? It's very important because probably 80%, right? Would you say that 80% of the traffic is showing up on mobile?
Especially with social media. Yeah. I feel like if you're doing any sort of social media marketing, if you're coming from TikTok or Instagram or even Facebook, like a lot of times it's probably coming from an actual mobile device, not desktop. So
Yep.
super
Yep.
important. Yeah, you want to make sure that you are ready for people that maybe are not on their desktop. That's simple as
Yes.
that. That's it. All we're really talking about is how to make the page look beautiful on mobile and not confusing, and still get just as many conversions, if not more, than desktop.
Yeah. Right.
It's a smaller amount of real estate, so you want to make sure that it's set up properly. That's
Yeah.
basically it.
And we're going to show a couple of things to help you speed up your whole building process in general. Because if you can do this right the first time and then check it on mobile, make it look good on mobile, then it makes the whole page build a lot faster. Because then you can just copy and paste it all the way down the page and it's already set up to look good on mobile.
True that. Okay. Fair enough. Well,
Let's dive in.
but let's dive in. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me share my screen here.
Let's go for it.
There we are. Oh, let's make that wider. This is, yeah, there we go. Okay.
There we go. Looking nice.
Mobile optimization for ClickFunnels 2.0. Basically, we're just going to walk through optimizing pages for mobile. So that way everything goes smoothly, just like it would on desktop. That's it. All right. That's the hierarchy plan for today. Specifically, we'll be walking through, well, we already did. We already walked through why it matters and how it impacts your conversions. If people can't use your funnel or your site or whatever it is on their phone, you're leaving money on the table and you're probably confusing people and you're scaring them away. And
all the bad things are happening.
All the things.
You're wasting money on ads.
And you're wasting money on ads. Okay. Geez, I should have led with that. That's a good point.
Don't waste money on ads. Let's increase your ROI.
Fair.
We'll also share with you some common mistakes and some things to look for to avoid so that you don't, run into these during a live traffic run.
Yep, absolutely. And then simple tweaks within the platform to, well, just make this process easy. Yeah. Okay, let's dive in. Most of this is going to be like a hands-on demo, right? So we're going to head into a funnel that we have up and running currently. This is just a lead funnel that we have, for example. All right. The first thing I want to start off by saying, and I may be the only one, I may not be the only one, whatever. My personal preference is starting off with desktop before you hit mobile is probably a really great move. So that way all the content's there, it's all laid out, and all you have to do is go into the mobile side and make small tweaks, move an image a little bit, change a font size a little bit, but everything is still there. You don't have to like add anything else to the page necessarily, right?
Yep.
David, if you maybe, I don't know, do you have an alternative view on that, or are we pretty eye to eye?
Nope. That's pretty good. Yeah. One of the things that I will mention, if you do start on desktop, I would recommend trying not to have too many things too wide, but try and have them somewhat center in the page. There are some pages that have good examples of where it's kind of wide and stretched out. I would just say kind of keep an eye on those, keep those to a minimum. And we'll actually show you what we mean by that. As opposed to a percentage width, and there are some cases where you do want a percentage width, I personally prefer to have a pixel width right there on the rows.
Is that showing up? I don't see, there's no pop-up, huh?
No, there's no pop-up, but whenever he clicks onto the PX, if you do so on your side of ClickFunnels, you'll notice that there's a couple of different options. They're going to be pixels. There's also going to be percentage.
Let's see. Yeah, right here in this, okay, where I'm clicking right here for PX, it shows a drop down on my end. It'll say exactly what David just said. It must be because I'm just sharing a window. Either way, you're looking at the right thing. Just go to this area and click on that area.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, percentage if you do this, it will conform to mobile technically, right? It'll take up 100% width that is available on the mobile side as well. But yeah, I usually go pixel as well. So I don't know.
True. You just have to kind of watch it. Sometimes what it does is it will stretch the text really wide.
Yeah.
So that doesn't look good on desktop. We want it to look good on both.
Agreed. Yeah. So pixel is usually the go-to for that, but build it on desktop, come back to mobile, optimize, and it'll make your life easier. Even if you did have that set up in a certain way, no, we'll just stick with what we just said. Not taking it all back.
All right. How about you go into some common things that you do, and I'll talk about common things that I do.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so the first thing, and this is something that was rolled out in the platform, I'm going to say the past few months, I don't know, over the last few months, for rows, sections, and sections, rows, and elements, you can now have specific settings for your padding and margin for mobile and desktop, which is amazing because I don't know if you remember this, David, but previously, before that adjustment happens, you'd have to go in and you'd clone an elements and you go and or clone a whole section and then apply your presets as far as padding and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But now, if I go to, say, this row right here and look at the very top, just to start things off, right? We have the top margin and there's a little desktop icon right next to it. That just indicates that if we adjust it here, it will then adjust that on desktop specifically, not mobile, which is really important to mention here, right?
Well, yes and no. Kind of important
yes and
note.
No. Hey, well, I was getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there. I know. Go ahead. Don't want to step on your toes.
No, what were you gonna say? What?
I was gonna say it works downstream from the desktop. So the changes that you make on desktop by default affect the mobile, unless if you go and change the mobile, but it doesn't work the other way around.
We're on the same page. I love it.
We're on the same page. Yeah,
this is exactly
Okay.
So
here's the ball, and we're on it.
If we go and add 10 pixels to the top margin here, right, and we go to the mobile side of that, it will carry over that. Exactly what David just said. But if we go and override it and now change it to, I don't know, 30 or 130, oh yeah, let's go something crazy, and then go back to desktop, you'll see that stuck at 10. It'll still maintain that same value, which is important to know. Yeah, same goes for the padding for, again, sections, rows, elements. Just go to the padding. You can see the icon that's currently set there by default, just based off what you're currently viewing. You can change any of these guys. It will, by default, carry over. But again, you can just override it by going to that specific device type, either by clicking up here at the very top on the device type, or you can click on this little drop down or like the little icon here in this area too. And then you can change it to whatever you want. Now, I'm not going to keep these crazy edits. I'm going to go back.
Hey, real quick, can you make one of those crazy edits again?
Okay. Let's go 100.
Yep. Okay. So now you'll see, I want you to look over there where it says top. So padding, and then right below padding is top. And just to the left of that, there's this little blue wheel icon. That basically, if you click on that, that means it's going to revert back to the default settings, what it was before. And in this case, it's actually reverting back to the desktop settings because we edited on the desktop. We changed what it was from the default.
Yep. That's a nice one.
Just to make your life easier.
That one's a useful one. So you have to click a bunch, or like even the slider, you don't have to get to the perfect number. You just like bring it down. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. All right, how about let's talk about text.
Text. Well, same scenario for text, right? As far as like the padding goes, all those same things we just mentioned apply. But the difference is for text specific, I clicked on the image. The difference for text specifically is that there is an option for mobile versus desktop size. Now I'm currently using the style guide right now, but if I were to override that, you can see right here for font size, what device type we were editing. So again, say it defaults as desktop because we're on a desktop view. But if you want to have mobile specific sizing, you can either go up to the top, change a device, or do it right here. And then you can change it accordingly. And it will only affect that side. Same goes for all of these guys: letter spacing, line height, and we already mentioned the padding and margin. Those still maintain. I'm going
All
to
right,
go back
now
to large.
one thing that I recommend that you do whenever you're first getting started to make the rest of your funnel building faster is to early on double check how big your text is, your headers, and like your headlines, your subheadlines, your content. You see that red paragraph right there? Let's go to like personally, that's a little too small for me. It's a subheadline. So let's click on the settings for that one. And let's click on medium. Okay, let's go for medium, and now let's go to the mobile version. Let's see how it looks on mobile. Now, if it's too big or too small, and you don't like the way that it looks, and you would like for it to default to a larger size, then let's go ahead and click Edit Style. And then we're just going to change the size, the default size in your style guide for mobile text size.
Do you want me to zoom in here a little bit? I might be cutting things out. There we go.
It's all good. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. What was that? A subheadline? Yeah,
yep.
A subheadline. Yeah, we got sizes right here for, in this case, size. I guess you can adjust the default size that you want to end up using.
So what I normally like to go with down here for like the smallest one, I normally don't do anything below 14. Now, because this is a subheadline, I might bump that up to 16. And then usually I just go up like 2 pixels all the way up.
Agreed. Yeah. This one's already at 18 for the medium. That's where we were right now. Actually, we have to go automatically scale. Oh, it was automatically scaled. If you select that, it's automatically going to adjust it for you, just according to what you set for the desktop. If this is turned off, you can go and set specific sizes for mobile and desktop. Now, what happens with this is, like we saw a second ago, if we select the medium size per se, like this guy right here, in as far as the style options there, it's going to set 14 pixels for the mobile and then 18 pixels for the desktop. That's all you got to remember. So if you want larger, like David said, we can just scale it up. You like 16? I like 16. I usually go, honestly, anywhere between 16 to 18, depending on the font family, just because the easier it is to read, less guessing someone has to do, and it's just super clear to get through. You don't want someone to have to zoom in on your page or anything and have to go through anything.
Right. And for me, because this is a headline, it should be larger than the paragraph content. So that's why my smallest, I usually have it like 14 or higher.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
Cool.
Just something worth
enough on
there.
text.
Yeah, something worth mentioning. No, I was just going to say it's worth keeping that in mind, that your style guide definitely plays a role in here as far as how things look on the page. Everything has a mobile sizing. Well, the text specifically is what I'm talking about. And so as long as you're aware of that while you're making adjustments, or you can always just go and override technically as well. We did that a moment ago, right? So if we go to this headline right here, or we'll go back to the subheadline, you can always just override if you don't want to use any of the preset styles here. So it's always an option as well.
So rule of thumb is get it close on your style guide to what you're happy with, and then manually adjust each one all the way down, just because they're going to be different widths of text because of the amount of characters on it.
Yeah, I agree.
So you'll like spot check each one.
Nice.
Cool. All right, I got a point to show here next.
Okay. All right.
So click on, here's something that I find common, and it's not a bad thing, but it's also a commonly overlooked thing for mobile. So go ahead and click on the orange subheadline again. And click the settings. And what some people like to do is bring that in a bit with the left and right padding. So go ahead and give us some padding there. There we go. Perfect. Right about there. Okay. Yeah. You know where I'm going. So it looks great on desktop, but that's about 230 pixels worth of padding left and right on both sides. It's 230 on the left, 230 on the right. So now if we go over to mobile, you'll see it does this. So,
just in one line down the page. Don't panic, guys. Don't panic.
So be aware of that. Like we said, it's only downstream from the desktop, so you can change it on mobile. Just move it all the way back to 0.
Or, just as you need. But yeah, you're dealing with a lot less surface area. So the 230 pixels is like all of your visual real estate on the mobile side.
Yeah.
That's a common one. You see it all the time. That's a good one to point out.
Yeah. It's kind of funny whenever I see funnels like that. I'm like, bless your heart, you did your best.
You don't know what you don't know. That's it. That's all.
That's true. Right? That's true. That's why we're here. You need to get better.
The next thing worth mentioning, and this is also a recent update that has rolled out over the past few months, you can adjust the orientation of how rows lay the columns out, I guess, on mobile versus desktop. And that's a huge one, because we used to have to go in and essentially like clone a row, right? Say we wanted this image to be on top of the text. Well, on mobile right now, currently it's going to be below, just based off of normal stacking orientation. It reads left to right. Okay. We used to have to go in and clone the row, and then you could swap these out. Boom. And now you can go over here and go to mobile. And now you got the end result. But in doing so, you'd have to have one set to desktop and one set to mobile, right? Meaning you go to that row, and at the bottom we have visibility options. We have all desktop or mobile, and you'd have one set to desktop, one to mobile. This works. I'm not going to say it doesn't work. So if you're currently doing this, it does work, but it does create a decent sized problem, which is that if you have to make an adjustment, now you have to make an adjustment to 2 locations. If you do that for the whole funnel, you have 2 sets of edits to make for desktop and mobile, and it's just a lot more time you have to dedicate to it. Just something worth being aware of. That's it. Now, the new solution is that you don't have to do that, which is pretty cool. You can now just go to a row, and we'll go to the settings. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'll do it here. It's fine. We'll go to the settings for the specific row, right? Boop. And then up here at the top in the row settings, we can click on advanced. And then there's going to be an option right here for display columns on mobile. By default, yeah, it's, I mean, this is a game changer. If we go to the mobile side now, we can see that it's automatically going to read at the normal orientation of stacking things left to right. And that's just how it is, right? But we can change it here. If you wanted to, say, have the image on top by just reversing it, click on this guy right here. Now you're bringing the second column up to the top, and it doesn't affect the desktop at all.
So nice.
That was 1 click. Well, okay, sorry, 2, maybe 3 clicks. But
3 clicks.
You don't have to make any additional edits in the future to mobile versus desktop, and that's a big game changer.
Yeah, and you don't have to, like, one of the problems that we see quite often is we'll have like a whole entire section for desktop and a whole entire section for mobile. Doing it that way, you have to make individual edits, make sure that you sync up your edits, your changes with the desktop versus the mobile. This way, if you make a change to the text on desktop, it changes it on mobile.
Yeah. This is also useful if you wanted things side by side. Like this, for instance, up here, this is a 2-column row. Maybe we wanted them side by side and not stacked at all, right? If we go to the settings for this and go to advanced, you can see that's how it currently is, right? Just because that's what it is in the actual desktop side. But we can do horizontal. And just like that, we have 2 elements side by side without you having to use a flex container or any custom code or it's just right there.
Beautiful.
Now, the sizing of this might not go over too well.
Here's where we have to spot check the size of the text.
Yeah. Go over here. Maybe we'll go and just bring that down to 15 big. Oh, there we go. 14 is a sweet spot.
14 looks nice. So
maybe I want to add like 5 pixels for that top margin, and now they're even. And now I feel a little more comfortable about it. And
it's beautiful.
Is what it is,
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. All right. One thing I also want to mention. Okay, I didn't mean to click on an image earlier, but it's worth touching on images as well inside of a page. You can change the orientation of how it shows, or the alignment as far as how it shows between mobile and desktop. If you click on the image directly, just so you can go to the settings, and you want to change the alignment, maybe it looks perfect on desktop as center, but on mobile, for whatever reason, you want it to be left-hand aligned. You can do that just the same as you would for the padding or the spacing. For the margin rather. You just change it here, and it will apply. That's it. But it will only apply to that one side, which is really nice.
Heck yeah.
That's it.
Heck yeah. I got something to talk about with the pop-up if you are ready to move on.
Oh, definitely. Let's walk me through it. Let's do it.
Let's talk about pop-up stuff. Okay, so what's common for pop-ups is this mistake. Let's go over it. So we're going to talk about the pop-up settings. Yeah, go ahead and add some things.
Cool. Okay, pop-up settings.
So let's do what's pretty common is for the width of the pop-up on desktop to by default be set to a percentage. I personally don't like it that way, because what if the person has a really wide screen or a more narrow screen than yours? What we think is that everybody's going to see it the exact same way that we see it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, If you have it set to a percentage, that's not true. And so what my preference is, right over there where it says size and width, right now, go ahead and click on percentage.
Again, you might not see it on my side, but just click on that area and I promise there's a drop down.
Yep. We're going to click on the PX, which is pixels.
There we go.
So now we're going to lock it to a hard pixel number. So it will not change based off the width of the monitor.
There you go.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now, caveat. We want it to be flip-flopped for mobile.
Okay. All right.
I like it to be flip-flopped.
Really? So you go percentage every time?
I'd usually go percentage every time because mobile phones, the screen sizes are slightly different, but not that much. So what I normally do is set them to 95%.
Yeah. Okay.
That way there's a little bit of a gap on the sides. We can still tell it it's pop-up, and it still is big enough that it covers up the whole screen of your phone.
Right. Right. Okay. That's fair. That argument's that's a good one. That's valid. But I don't think I've ever, I usually just set it to pixel for both. Well, you know what? You make a good point. I have to go look at my phone now. I'm pretty sure I might have set it to a set pixel for the last one I did. And that's shame on me. Okay.
Go ahead and let's show the difference. Set it at 95% while we're here.
95%.
Yeah. There we go. We have a little bit of margin there on the side, some spacing so that somebody can tell that it's a pop-up. But if we change it to a pixel amount, let's see what it does then.
300. I mean,
okay. If you get if you have it the same as you have it on desktop, then it's going to take up the entire width of the screen.
Yeah.
Which I personally think the other way looks better.
I don't like it touching the sides of the screen either. That's 115% right there. So
yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
300. Yeah. You know what? I never have it touched on the side, but that's a good point. I need to double check something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
I think I'm a 92 person. There we go.
92 person. Sometimes I go back and forth between 90, 90. All right. Let's move on to, how about flex containers? Did you have anything else to talk about next?
I did, but more or less around testing with the mobile simulator. Do you want to touch on flex containers first? Okay. All right. Let's do this, guys. Oh, I don't mind either way.
Let's do flex containers first. That way we can show.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but
pop up your screen, my man. Show us.
Okay. Let's go for it.
And then we have questions over here that we can answer afterwards. We got you, Maria.
Sweet. All right. So I was actually in the middle of kind of demonstrating what Tyson's thing was, but let's move on. So let's say that we wanted to have a flex container, and because flex containers are actually pretty awesome, they're not scary. They allow a lot of awesome customizability with your funnels. Okay. So we're going to do inside of a flex container, we're going to add this image. Now the image, okay, the image is the only thing in there, so it's taking up 100% because that's the settings. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and make that smaller just for the sake of the video. Okay. Right below it, note that we're still inside the flex container. We're going to add an element, and it's going to be another flex container, because what we're doing is we're adding another column essentially so that we can align all of these text elements vertical. Okay. The next part is we're going to make sure that the flex container is set to left to right. Very good. And we're going to have to be no wrap. That's going to make sure that it is, that they stay hard next to, like they stay locked side by side.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Now we're going to move the elements down into it, and be careful because it is a little finicky. Just wait until that orange line shows up, and then you're free to drop. Okay. Now we're going to set this image back to where it was.
I feel like flex containers deserve its own,
its own video, right?
Its own parade. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we won't spend too long on here. The big part with this between mobile versus desktop is it looks great right now. Maybe we even want it to be a little bit less. I'm going to say, so here's actually a good point of conversation too. If we set this to 1170, which is the default, 1170 is the default row width pixels. Okay. And now if we go look at it on mobile, it is still 1170 row width left and right. So on mobile, you have to just pay attention whenever you use flex containers, because you can change the orientation of it differently on mobile than desktop. So right now it's still left to right because that's what desktop was. We're going to change it from and 2 top to bottom. Okay. Next, we're going to also set this because we have 2 flex containers, one inside the other. We're doing that movie. What's that movie?
Crazy. Inception.
So now we're also telling that one to be top to bottom. Okay. So that's a couple of things just to pay attention to whenever it comes to flex containers. Don't get caught off guard by it. It's just doing what the programming told it to do. Okay. So just pay attention to that one.
I think flex containers are nice. I think I keep going back to rows if I can. If I can't find a solution where I can get the orientation to be correct in a row, then bring out a flex container, at least in this case. But like, if you can make it easier in your life and not have to go through this process, I get it. Those settings we walk through with the orientation is also cool. So
let's talk about this real quick. Why is it doing this? The text is going way off the screen. So sometimes it does that, and you just have to reset the width. So I'm just going to grab this little bar and move it left and move it right. And we're going to put it right about there. Okay. Looks like that.
Because the outer one is also, because you have the outer layer at
you know what?
For the pixels.
Yeah, that's what. Here's what I like to do. Instead of pixels on mobile, we go percentage on mobile. We don't want that. Okay, now we can reset this one back to 100% width. There we go.
There we go.
That's it.
There's a lot of things you can do on mobile or just to make these adjustments. I don't know.
And the reason why we weren't seeing the image is because the image was set to desktop only. So we're going to do all real quick and then go back to mobile and we'll see it there.
Cool.
All right, Tyson, back to you.
Okay, flex containers, man. We definitely they have a lot of weight, so we can definitely circle back if anybody has questions on this, or if you need help setting this up on your side. You can still reach out to us at outreach@clickfunnels.com. But regardless, we have some questions to mention here from Maria. First one is, if the paws of the pup sit in the orange section. Wait. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to pull this up. Paws of the pup. I don't have any paws in this.
Paws of the pup would sit in the orange section.
I don't have any paws. Sorry. Just a head. But yeah, if you had a
there they are. There's the paws.
Oh, you're talking about these?
I think so. Yeah, Maria.
Let's sit on the
hey, well, how about let's answer her next question, which is each time that you modify something on mobile, are you saving or it saves automatically? Great question. Save it frequently. It doesn't automatically save.
Big fan of saving frequently, especially if you have if you're sitting there for like an hour long and you don't want to redo that, and maybe you happen to refresh the page by accident, it'll wipe out all of your edits that aren't saved. So please save. Saving it's good for the health. All right.
Yep, that's very good
about that. Okay. The last thing worth mentioning here is that even after going through the mobile edits, it's worth going in and actually testing it live to see what it looks like on a mobile device. Now, there's ways around doing it without having to pull up your phone. I still recommend pulling it up on your actual mobile device just so you can see it, because sometimes it can show a little bit differently from device to device, right? But a nice little workaround for this to do it right on your desktop is something called the mobile simulator. This is a free Chrome extension that you can use. And man, I don't know, I've been using it for years now. It's my go-to tool. Basically all you do is you click right on it and it then shows the page in mobile view on the mobile device that you have selected.
How cool is that?
It's really cool. It saves a lot of time. And I would say it's pretty dang accurate. Most of the time it is spot on. But if you want to change device type, you can. Just over here on the right-hand side, you go to change model, and then they have a bunch of options. Don't get it. Nice. Some of them are pro, but honestly, I don't think I have personally paid for this extension, and I've just used the free options, and it works wonderfully. No complaints whatsoever.
And how can we get it?
How can you get it? That's a wonderful question, David. You know what? Just because you asked, I'm going to show you. And
thank you.
All you got to do is head here. I'll put it in the chat just so you have it as a resource in case you need it. I'm not affiliated by any way. I just really love this because it's a great product. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good one. Totally free.
Totally free. There we go. Enjoy it. Have fun.
Have fun.
That's it for today, guys. That's all we really have for you as far as training goes. If you have questions on anything that we mentioned, then feel free to reach out to us at what is it, David? Outreach.
Outreach at ClickFunnels.com.
ClickFunnels.com. Sorry, I was trying to
Yeah.
type at the same time. I did not type as fast as we said it. Funnels.com. There we go. Okay, this email right here. Reach out to us if you need help with your mobile optimizations. We can give you a second set of eyes, and honestly, that will probably make the biggest difference right there. Just having someone else look over it, make sure you're good to go. We're happy to do it.
Yeah. By the way, before we go, should we announce the winner for last week's challenge?
Okay.
Should we announce a challenge thing?
You know what?
Guys, we've been working on something for you.
Now the challenge. Oh, from last week's challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
We've been working on a little gift idea for you guys. Something to say thank you for showing up.
Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with us. And the winner of this week or last week's assignment, what was it? Not assignments. I don't know what to call it.
Challenge.
Challenge. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to call it a Coaching Corner Challenge, I guess.
Coaching Corner Challenge is Justin Bahoon. I don't think I can show it on my screen just because, let's see if I can. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
So what it is just pay attention to the ClickFunnels channel or to our videos, our actual live episodes, because we will be asking you some kind of a question. How would you do this? Okay. And whoever starts to write in those, comment in there that you did the thing, then send us an email on the page that you did the thing. We're going to go and actually look at that page. You go back to the comment and you say, done, I did the thing. And then we're going to go through your email, find that page and be like, okay, cool. They did it. And whoever did it right first and whoever did it the right way first and whoever did it the right
or most
right?
unique
and first,
or just I don't know. It's first. It's most unique. The one that is like just I don't know. We really think that this is a valuable thing to know. In this case, Justin just got really good success with the Message Hub based off the episode that we were talking about. He didn't do it with the episode. He's been implementing it, and this is what he shared with us. He has Message Hub set up as a chat widget on his CF site for mental health and suicide awareness foundation, and it's been working extremely great. There's been inquiries at all times throughout the day, and it notifies multiple people that someone inquired through the site, and they can get back to them right away. Once it's set up, it's excellent. That's it. He's killing it. He's enjoying a tool that was made for people, for you guys to actually use for your business, for what you're working on.
That's right.
Justin, we'll be reaching out to you with a magical link that has has a lot of opportunities. I guess it's a gift. We're sending you a link for a gift. So
we've been approved. We've been approved to send you a small gift of our appreciation.
All right.
An award.
I'm rambling. If you have any tips and tricks that we didn't cover for mobile optimization, we would love to hear from you. How are you guys going about setting up your mobile optimization? What are you doing on your side for your clients, for yourself? Just let us know down below.
Maybe that should be the challenge for this week. Pick enter your best mobile optimization trick, and we'll pick our favorite, and that'll be the winner for next week. How about that?
The most useful, most creative. We're looking for some good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's a pleasure to be here every Wednesday with you, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.
Sounds good. That's right. See you guys. Bye for now.
All right. See you later.